The passage we are looking at this week comes from the Apostle Paul's first letter to the church in Corinth. There's more than one. There are two letters to the church in Corinth in the New Testament, meaning that this church must have been mighty special to merit two whole letters, right? Well, they were special, all right, but they were special in that they had special problems. They needed a lot of talking to because they were not talking to each other. They were not getting along. There were factions and groups within the church. There were those who said, I'm of the Apollos group. Another said, I'm of the Cephas group. Another said, I'm of the Paul group. And it sounds like they weren't listening to each other very well. Sound a little familiar? Sound like maybe it could be taken from today's headlines. Partisan groups not getting along, calling each other names, not listening. The tribalism that is rampant in our culture threatens to tear us apart. It certainly is not pulling us together, at least not at the moment, is it? Paul's response to these groups was, what are you talking about? So you follow Paul, you follow Cephas, you follow Apollos, we all follow Christ, we all belong to one. There is something higher, greater, wider than any of our individuality, and we are called to it. And he goes on through a number of chapters until he gets to the 12th chapter of this first letter of Corinthians. And there he describes that we are like a body, where there is a hand and there is a foot and there's an eye and a nose, and each part needs the other part. The hand can't say to the foot that it doesn't need it. And then, after we think maybe we've gotten it, that we're all meshed together like a body is meshed together and many parts are essential, he says, but wait, I will show you an even better way. And what is that better way? Well, it's a very famous chapter, 1 Corinthians 13. The better way is love, because love doesn't look out for itself. Love doesn't divide. Love unites. Love never fails. And in the end, regardless of what you're holding on to, whether it's faith or hope or any other good thing, there is yet one thing greater, and that greater thing is always love.